So hello, good day. Today we are going to discuss about Flutter introduction and its setup. Now let's go. And before anything else, I would like to introduce my team, which is the Coco Melon team. And first we have John Lloyd Hanon, and his task is to simulate the Flutter setup. Next is me, Evangeline Bushin, and my task is to discuss Introduction to Flutter. Next is Jeremiah de la Peña, which is our editor. And last is we have Gore Fanicu Aramis, which is our researcher and contributor. Now let's have the table of contents. So in this slide or presentation, you will see first the introduction to Flutter. Next is we're going to have the brief history of Flutter, and last is we're going to set up the environment. Now let's go and let's answer the question, what is Flutter? So Flutter is a toolkit from Google UI used for building beautiful native and compiled applications for mobile, web, and desktop commencing a single code base. So this works with existing code and it's widely used by developers and organizations around the world. Flutter is also an open source, cross-platform toolkit used for building apps for mobile OS, web, desktop, and same with the same code base. So what can a Flutter do? A Flutter can combine the quality of native apps, such as it renders the same look as a native app. It also draws the UI from scratch, not act as a wrapper on the top of a native app or the UI. This also means that developers could write code once and apply it to all platforms, like for example iOS, Android, web platform, Mac OS, and also Windows and Linux are still under development, and even the Wear OS. Now let's go and let's have the brief history of Flutter. So in 2015, Google Flutter was discovered. So Flutter is a new software development kit based on Dart language as the next platform for Android development. So during 2017, the alpha version of Flutter, which is Flutter 006, was introduced to the public for the first time during the Google I/O 2017. And Google I/O 2017 is an annual developer conference held by Google in Mountain View, California. So during this time, they showed off using Flutter and its multi-platform capabilities and continuous promoting it in I/O 2018. Google has been financing the Flutter and endorsing it as the way everyone should be developing it using mobile applications. Now let's have this, and during 2018, Flutter version 1 was released and made available so that developers could begin using the software development kit to make app more easier and faster. And next is on 2019 at Google I/O 2019, Flutter support for desktop and web platforms is widely broadcasted. Tools for developing Flutter apps for Windows, Mac OS, Linux, and the web were also released. In addition to that, it is unstable and untested. Desktop development is being held back further by lack of plugin support, which is very limited, mostly because of the time writing plugin tool is still in process of being developed. And next we are going to have the features of a Flutter. So Flutter has compatibility to all devices or all platforms. Also, it has hot reload. It is a cross-platform development. It is open source, easy to learn. It has Google Firebase support, and it is highly productivity and has a fast performance. And last is we have the advantages of Flutter. So the Flutter has same UI and business logic in all platforms. This means that the app, UI, and the logic don't change depending on the platform. Next is it reduces code development time because you don't need to develop another code for another platform. Next is it increases time to market the speed. This means that there are an increase to the time speed of the market. And next is similar to native app performance. This means that it is close to native app performance, meaning the first developed app is similar to all other released applications in different platforms. So next is we have the custom and animated UI for any complexity available. This means that you can develop enormous UI and it has a customization potential. Next is it has its own rendering engine. This means that separate rendering engine is available in this software development kit. Next is we have a simple platform-specific logic implementation. This means that there is no reliance on platform-specific UI components. And last is we have the potential ability to go beyond mobile, meaning this platform or the thing that you will develop in this platform is suitable for any type of platforms. It is not just for mobile, it could run to web and other OS or platform available. And that's it for the introduction of Flutter.
Hello everyone, my name is Melody Hinon, and for today's video I am tasked to demonstrate the environmental setup of our Android Studio and installing Flutter on our computer. So let's get started. So first thing to do is let's open our Google Chrome browser and then locate this address developerandroid.com and download the Android Studio. So once you done downloading that one, then install that one in your computer. Then the second, after installing the Android Studio, open this address, the JIT, and then we will install the JIT software. So you have to choose the system architecture of your operating system. So in my case, I will be using the 64-bit Git for Windows setup. And after this, click start download and then download the software, and after that install that in your computer. Then the next part is we will install Flutter SDK on our computer. So there is a note here that states that do not install Flutter in a directory like C/program files that requires elevated privilege. So what we're gonna do here is we will create a new file here in drive C, and then we will create a folder here, and then we will rename it as SRC, stands for source, and then this folder will be served as our directory where we will install our Flutter SDK. So here is the step of installing the Flutter SDK. So according to this document and this document in flutter.dev, there is an instruction here. Download the following installation bundle, or there is a two method here of installing a Flutter SDK. The first one is the direct download, and the second one is downloading the clone by using the command prompt. So in these two methods, we will use this second method, this one. So let's open our start menu and insert the git cmd, and then we will paste this one. But before that, we have to locate first the directory where we will install our Flutter SDK. So click cd and then cd and then locate the file. Here in drive C, the location of SRC folder found here in drive C. So we will locate this directory cd src, and then here now. And now let's copy this code and paste it in our command prompt, and then After that, a cloning and installing of our Flutter SDK begins now.
Feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
Okay, so the download is completed, and now let's proceed to the folder. Now the folder that we have created a while ago. So here, when we go to local drive C and click src folder, then we can see now the folder created here, new folder. No? So this is now the Flutter SDK. No? So let's check the Flutter console, and then let's run a Flutter Doctor. So this will check the status of our downloaded Flutter SDK. So as you can see, the Flutter Doctor is initializing, and it checks the prerequisite requirements for us to run a Flutter application successfully in our Android Studio. So in this case, the Flutter Doctor is initializing, and it's downloading a Dart SDK for Flutter Engine. So let's wait for a couple of minutes. Okay, so the Flutter Doctor is done checking the prerequisite requirement for our Android Studio. So now let's open our Android Studio. Okay, so upon checking our CMD, with the use of Flutter Doctor code, so this time we will open our Android Studio. So click Android Studio. So in this step, we will install the Flutter plugins. So click these plugins, and then go to Marketplace, and then search Flutter plugins. So here, and then click install, and we will wait for another couple of seconds. So after installing our Flutter plugins, click Restart IDE. Then restart. Okay, so we're done installing our Flutter plugins, and now we can create a new Flutter project here by clicking this plus button. Click here, and then click Flutter, specify the SDK path, and then click next, and then set the project name. Let's say, for example, my Flutter app. Then create a platform, so you can check the web, Android, iOS. So since this is for demonstration purpose, so let's just check the Android and iOS, and then click finish. So the Android Studio is creating a Flutter project now, so we'll wait. So preparing workspace and loading symbols and then loading necessary files and here. Okay, so we are now here in our main file, which is our main project, my Flutter app. So here in my Flutter app, we will navigate the lib folder and then click main dot. This is now the main file of our Flutter project. So to run a code, to run this code, so we need to install an emulator, so go to tools, click EVD manager, and then create a virtual device, and then choose the versions, or shall we say the skins you want. So in my case, I will be using the Pixel 2, and then click next, and then select the system image. So you are tasked here to choose what version of operating system you're gonna use. So I have here downloaded the Q release name of operating system version. So if you want to choose Pi or R, so you have to download first the system image. So I'll be using this Q system image, and then click next, and then DVD name. So I don't need to rename that one, so check and then click finish. So I created a new virtual device. Now let's close this one and then go to here and then refresh. So let's choose the device here now. So go to tools, EVD manager, and run this, and then okay, here are emulators. So now let's choose the device here available. So we will choose Android SDK build for x86 mobile, and then run. Click run.
Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling exaggerated, that's what you are.
And here we go. So we successfully run our first Flutter app. So you can click this button many times. As you can see, the moment I click this button, so the number here will increment into 1. So that's it. So in this demonstration, so we made a successful run of our first Flutter app. And I guess that would be all. Thank you.